In this video, I want to talk about common myths about depression. There's a lot of videos out there that talk about mental health, and in this video, I'd like to address common myths that I found people believe to be true who suffer from depression. Hey, it's Bill here from Minding Your Mental Health, bringing you videos to help you manage your mental health issues. On this channel, I try to cover a wide variety of things that affect your mental health. I get a lot of my ideas from viewers, so please, if you have any videos that you'd like to see, just let me know. If you're new here and find these videos helpful, just consider subscribing. So let's get right on into it. So the first myth I would like to discuss, and what I've noticed that people seem to think about depression, is that it's all in your head. Well, it's not all in your head. Depression is real. It's something that a lot of people have and they're afraid to talk about. Depression is a disorder that has psychological, social, and biological components. Depression cannot just be turned off. Like if someone says to you, hey, smile, or why are you so sad, or suck it up, just, you know what, just tell them to do some research for themselves, because they might be surprised to know that this is actually an illness. Unfortunately, the average person only recognizes the emotional side of depression, and they just think you're having a bad day, or you're grumpy, or you might be looking for attention, but it's not like this at all. It's important that we get rid of this belief and we stop the ignorance, because I mean, I know people who, they know they're sick, but they don't get treatment. And you know why they don't get treatment? It's because of the stigma. The stigma that is created by the ignorance of people who don't understand what depression actually really is. Depression isn't just in your mind. Like, it also causes physical problems. And this is also commonly misunderstood. Like, it makes you sick, it makes you tired, it makes you have eating disorders and you know, stuff like that. The second myth I would like to talk about is that medication is the only way to cure depression. Well, there's really no cure for depression. There's treatment for depression, but there's not a cure. It really pisses me off when people say, oh, did you forget to take your happy pills today? Or what's wrong? Well, you know, stuff like that. This is as if this is the ultimate solution to fix what I'm feeling or why I'm feeling shitty. This is why it's important to find a good doctor. They might prescribe medication, like they probably will, but they'll also likely suggest treatments such as cognitive behavioral therapy, which is also known as CBT. Although CBT combined with medication are effective in treating depression, everyone feels it differently. It might take some time before something works. Everyone's different, so it could take a while. It might take several different types of treatment before there's relief. And that just brings us to the next myth, that everyone feels depression the same way. This could not be further from the truth. Many factors like biological, environmental, genetics, hormonal changes, all this can affect the way someone feels. Almost everyone feels depression differently. No two brains are alike, so why would they feel depression the same way? No two people on this planet have depression the same way. Some people have functioning depression where they can go to work and function properly, and people don't even know they have depression. Next myth is that depression isn't a big deal. It's just you being sad or having the blues or something. Well, sadness is a normal emotion that we all experience sometimes, but the sadness can come and go. Like, it's not chronic. It's not something that happens all the time. Clinical depression is an actual condition. People who suffer from depression often withdraw from the people they love, they stop doing the things they enjoy, they take risks, and they have diminished self-worth. They just don't care about themselves. They think they're useless or trash. Depression, unlike simply being sad, takes treatment. It takes a lot of time, it takes effort, it takes willpower. It takes all those things to overcome it. Many people who have depression often think about suicide, and they might even try it, and a lot of people have. I know a lot of people who have died from suicide because they didn't seek treatment. Another myth is that if someone in your family has depression, you'll get it too, and you'll have it the same way, and all that. So depression can be genetic, but there's only a small chance, even less than 15%. If you're worried about having children because they will have the same depression you have, don't let this stop you. It's not fair to yourself. It's not fair to limit yourself, to prohibit yourself from having kids just because you're afraid they're going to have depression. There's a lot of help available even if they did. So although the chances are small that they could inherit it from you, you can still have a family. Even if they have depression, they can get treatment. Another myth that I've seen a lot, and it's really frustrating, is that men do not get depressed. Well, here's the thing, like, men do have depression. They're just not as likely to talk about it like women are. I mean, in fact, like 4 times more men die from suicide than women. Unfortunately, the social expectation is that men who talk about their feelings are weak, they're sad, they're pussies, they're pathetic, or not manly. Well, this isn't true. This isn't true at all. Like, unfortunately, men tend to avoid getting treatment because they might feel emasculated. You know why? And this is because today, even today, society suggests that men should be strong and not have to talk about their feelings. But you should. If you're a man and you're suffering depression, you talk about it. So just a final thing, like, depression doesn't happen to people who are just weak. It can happen to anyone. It doesn't discriminate. We don't choose to be depressed. There's not a decision that we make for ourselves. Why would we want that? Why would we choose to be depressed? Why would we choose to not be able to do things we like or care about stuff? This is not a measure of how strong we are. We need to make that clear. If there was less of a stigma, more people would seek help. There's no need to be ashamed or feel guilty because you're depressed. I have posted some links in the description if you need help with depression or other mental illness. Well, thanks for watching this video, and please, if you're suffering, seek help. You owe this to yourselves, and your loved ones will admire your strength in doing this. So, as always, please take care of yourselves and always be minding your mental health.